Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Crossroads. I am your host, Rashida Green, and this is the show for and about environmental justice and those who fight the fight with skin as melanated as the days are long. Knowledge is power, and we are breaking down stereotypes one episode at a time. So today, I am joined by the podcast Poppy, the postman who always rings twice. Sir, the main man from Chiiling with Joose is here with me today. Sir, please introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, people. As she said, I am Joose, the postman who always rings twice. And I am ready for it all today. I'm grateful that you invited me on.
You are welcome. So I'm sure his listeners are aware, but if mine are not, so Joose is a postman. He works for the USPS. And I wanted him to come on the show today because I'm having a plan for multiple episodes about the Postal Service. It's actually it's an interesting story. It's something I'm learning about. So I wanted to get someone who had the personal account. So that's why Joose is here today. So before we get into it, I want to make sure we give some flowers. And this is the part in the show where we honor someone in our lives, someone that's made an impact for us, or maybe someone who we haven't met or isn't necessarily an impact to us, but impacts the subject matter that we're going to discuss today. So I'll let you go first. Is there anyone you want to give any flowers to?
I would like to give flowers to my uncle, rest in peace. Eddie Daniel, that's my guy. One of the huge role models in my life. So, rest in peace to Eddie Daniel.
Yeah. Okay. So since we're talking about the post office, I actually did some Googling and found that there are some notable Black folks who work for the Postal Service. So today, I'm giving flowers to Evelyn Brown, who, when she started delivering mail in DC in 1963, became the first woman to do so since World War II. So giving some flowers to Evelyn Brown on today. All right, man. And let's get straight to the shit now, because you and I have talked about the Post Service. I've talked to you about that poor fool who tossed my package up on my balcony like a Frisbee. It was my friend's birthday present. I don't play about my friends. And if I hadn't been sitting as I was supposed to be, minding my business, the business that pays me, I would have caught him and beat his monkey ass. So that was my recent postman experience. And I was real upset, as I told you.
I understand. As you should have been. You should have been upset with that postman. Right. He should not have tossed it like a Frisbee.
Like a fucking Frisbee.
We really have a bad reputation when it comes to delivering packages. It's really bad. Some merited, some unmerited, but it's really bad.
So let's do so how long have you been working for the Postal Service?
Okay, I've been working for the Postal Service for upwards of 10 years now.
Okay.
And in fact, 10 years, it was March. March was 10 years. I've seen a lot of things in this business, a lot of things in this corporation, and none of which make sense.
Of course not.
What's going on now? It really makes sense. This is all new. I don't think any of us, I guess you would say in my graduating class, could say that they've seen anything like this. And we all come together, we have those conversations to try to really understand how any of this makes sense. How is any of this allowed? How is this how? I get this. How would be the biggest question that we have, because none of us, even our superiors, our postmaster general, our supervisors, none of them have any information to give to us, which is weird because we don't know what we get our news about what's going on about the Postal Service the same way everyone else gets it.
Oh, hell no. Are you serious?
I am absolutely serious. When we first learned about them removing boxes and disabling them and the sorter
The
machines,
sorters,
we
yeah.
learned that from, yeah, learned that from the news. No one that we knew on the inside had knowledge of that. No one.
That's insane. That's really, really,
It is.
really, really crazy. So,
It
and I
is
know that
insane.
there's a difference between there's career and non-career, right?
Right.
What are the
Right.
what are the and then does the post office follow the same kind of government as track as far as promotion or break all that down? Like you being where you are being 10 years in, what does that mean for you? Like what's like how high can you get if you want to get that
All right.
high?
Coming in, you come in non-career, right? So you don't have the benefits as a career employee do. You
Right.
know, 401k. When I first started, you didn't, or they didn't offer health benefits, health, dental, vision, and all of that. That recently came about for non-career as early as 2018, if I'm not mistaken. So there were people who have been working for the Postal Service that I know personally who have been working there for nearly 20 years, non-career. Non-career. So once you become career, those 20 years that you put in don't go towards your retirement or anything
No,
like that.
no, no,
Yeah,
no. I can't accept what I'm being told. I cannot accept what I'm being told.
that is a true thing. Now each craft, you know, you have your mail carrier, your mail handler, your clerk, your window clerk. All of those positions have different tiers, right? So, for example, window clerk, all you have to for a clerk, you have to be employed non-career for 28 months. Once your 28 months hit, then you're now career, and you start to get all of those benefits.
Okay.
Uh, there are two different types of carriers. There's a city carrier and there's a rural carrier. Rural carriers, I know a rural carrier who has been a carrier for, like I said, 20 years prior to becoming career. The city carriers, I believe is also now, I think it's 36 months for a city carrier. But as a rural carrier, because I work in a rural office. So most of us are rural carriers, and I was non-career for 5 out of my 10. So once I hit career, that's all that time that I put in before I hit career. It doesn't add to anything. But we are in the process of fighting that with the union. But with all of this going on, of course, you know, it's getting pushed back,
Right.
you know, to the back. But we are in the process of fighting for that. But yeah, it's people don't tell you, you know, when I thought about the Postal Service, it was go ahead, get inside, they're making money, so on and so forth. Never really tell you what you have to go through to get that. Now, don't get me wrong, in those 5 years, you can make a ton of money. You don't have the career benefits that a career employee does, which, you know what I'm saying, you gotta if you want to stay, if you want to go, it's kind of totally up to you.
But with the amounts of money that you can make, that's with overtime though, yeah? That's like
Yeah.
okay. But that's one of the things that DeJoy went after is cutting overtime for folks so that extra money that you would be getting to like make certain that things are getting delivered is gone now, right? So that's like what's causing these delays.
What's causing delays is sorting machines being taken out of process, right? So in an hour, somewhere up to like 124 billion pieces of first class mail can go through that machine. So, and they've been gone for almost 2 weeks now in certain areas. I know in California and Portland, for sure, they are gone. But once we heard that they were going to stop overtime, in my particular office, my particular zip code, my particular branch, that lasted. They stopped overtime for a week. Once that week was over, it was back to regularly scheduled programming. The thing was, mail needs to be in your office by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the cutoff time. Whatever you don't get by 9 o'clock, that goes for the next day. Like I said, that lasted for 1 week, 6 business days, Monday through Saturday. And then that following Monday, they got rid of all of that, got right back to it. So the mail that will come after 9 o'clock, which is our cutoff time, they would have us go out, leave the office, start delivering. And once that mail that came late was done being processed, call us back to come get that and go back out there, which would add somewhere between maybe 2 to 3 hours per carrier in the office. So we have 70 routes. You multiply that times 2 to 3 hours a day per person, depending on your hourly rate. Anything over 8.1 hours you're now in overtime. So once you hit 0.1, now you're in overtime. So whatever that math is times those 2-3 hours, it didn't stop. Like, for example, today they called our mail up, which means mail has been done filing. You can leave, you can hit the street at 9:15 to tell us at 9:30 that you will be coming back. We'll be coming back to get more. Just, here we are, another hour or two of overtime that was supposed to get cut. So a lot of things that they do and say are very contradicting. A lot of things that they put in place don't last very long. It changes with the wind, depending on who the order comes from. It changes with the wind, so you don't know.
I have so many questions. So if you're getting out into the field by like what, maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock or so, and you have 3 hours, we'll say, of time to get your mail delivered, and then you'd have to then go back to your office. And this, we're assuming around this time, we're starting to get into probably about rush hour time, give or take. Get more mail and then go back out again to deliver more.
There are a lot of times you'll see the same streets 2 times a day.
Oh my God.
Keep more and more and more. Now, a lot of us have gotten hip to it, and you can kind of get a sense of when things are going to be done. So you'll leave the office, but you won't start delivering because you'll have to see that street again. It makes no sense to do it twice. So you'll go sit at the gas station, you'll go sit in a parking lot somewhere until they call you back. And then, you'll start from there. But either way, it's still going to delay your day.
The
biggest thing is, I've always been told that delaying of the mail is the worst thing ever. That's really the only fireable offense is delaying mail.
Wow.
And told us that now we can delay mail. We don't know anymore. We just don't know what to do. So it's a day by day thing.
This is nuts. So for people who may not be aware of what's going on right now, so everybody's favorite orange opposed a $25 billion funding request for the post office. And the post office, as we know it, started in 1972. See, the 70s was a real time, because I've talked about the 70s a lot on this show. But, 1972, that's when Congress basically did away with the old postal department and created USPS. Now, the caveat for this is that the money, revenue-wise, is not necessarily or was not given by the government. It was supposed to come from the sale of postage and packages and services, right? But the post office is up to its lace front in debt. It owes like
amount of money.
Buku dollars, not just to the Treasury Department. Oh no. But for unpaid, goddamn people's retirements and shit, is that too? That's that too. That's the part
Because
that made me want to pass out.
We're the only corporation who pays their retirement up front. Billions and billions of dollars just get dished out prior to, you know what I mean? We dish out more money than we bring in.
Wow.
Way more. So it's easy to understand how we could be so far in debt.
Yeah, it's, and I think that's the piece that I'm not certain if people understand that. And I'm not certain if they understand, why we need the post office, that, bringing in, the other side of this piece of economy as well, which is the reliance on small business. Small businesses rely on the post office because it's because of the price points. It's cheaper than going to UPS or going to FedEx to deliver multiple packages. So I just wanted to break that down. Also, interesting thing about this too is that the interesting thing about this whole thing being blocked as far as the funding is that the majority of the postal workers are white. Like it's like 57% or something like that. It's like, so it's predominantly white, but in certain areas, the percentages of Black or brown employees are higher depending on the states that you're in. So obviously like DC and Maryland have higher rates of like Black or folks of color. So I just wanted to toss that on in there in the mix. So like
that is very true.
Yeah. So like
a lot of people, women of color, all of that.
But like, I mean, where do you see yourself going? Like, how far do you see yourself trying to get? And what are you thinking about your, do you feel insecure in any way about where your job at the post office will go, how it will sustain you?
I really feel like, especially currently, I feel like this is really a political play between Republicans and Democrats, right? So I feel like once we get past this election, which however they rig it or however they want to, figure out who's going to win already. Once we get past all of this, I feel like there will be some type of normalcy, right? Because years ago, maybe almost years ago, they tried to stop having mail being delivered on Saturdays. It'd just be a Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I remember that.
It didn't go too far. It stopped right there. I really don't know what happened to it actually. Like you just stopped hearing about it after a while.
Yeah.
But I really, this election has a lot to do with all of this nonsense. Like the new Postmaster General just so happens to be friends with, like you said, our favorite orange, right?
Just so happens to be a Trump donor.
Right. How convenient is that? So I feel like it's a play to stop the mail-in ballots and the absentees and all of that, and to almost ensure victory, right? This Donald Trump has been the most gangster president in the history of presidents. Like I think
talk about it.
And really, really, really so like they are really, really friends for real, like because they're just so gangster. Like it's like watching a mob movie. I mean, I get it. Trump is, he's a businessman.
No, so, he's not. Everybody keeps saying that.
That's his. That he would be considered more of a businessman more than of a politician. So his focus, or what they're trying to lead us to, his focus is money, and that's all he says. We've had the best financial fill in the blank here since I got here. We all know that's
shit, bullshit. Yeah,
that's what every media outlet. That's what he paints. Every time he gets behind something, that's what he paints.
Did you see that big faced dummy sit on TV with a piece of paper with bar graphs on it, talking about we're at the bottom, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. He is something else. I don't even know how to say what he is. He is something else.
It's something. It's something. I don't know exactly the way to describe it, but it's something. Something that
It's
only a
something.
lab can grow.
Sure.
It's crazy to me. Like it's really, really crazy. It's just
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. And it makes me, it's very frustrating. It's frustrating to have to constantly, some days I wake up and I just want to find the person who I can tell voted for Trump, got the waddled neck and fat ankles. I just want to boop, just, one good time,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
good time. So
I don't
talking,
understand anything.
you said what?
I just don't understand any of this. Just none of it. It baffles my mind.
We're living in a white man's fantasy. That's what a friend of mine said.
Yeah, if that ain't the truth.
A white man's fantasy. Wow. So what's everybody's like your coworkers like what's everybody's sentiment like how's everybody feeling or processing or what's the sense? And then also please talk to me about what COVID, especially like that March April time frame, please talk to me about what that was like because I, as someone who was rarely outdoors, I want to know what it was like out there.
All right. Well, a lot of the senior carriers who have 25 or better, a few of them in my particular office have retired. It was just too much for them. They put in their years of service, so they just want to get out of there. Some of them are still hanging on because some of them make a crazy amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hanging in there for that. And like I said, how we find out our news is through uh, Twitter and
Oh my
Fox News.
God. That's how I find out about stuff. I'm like, oh, look at this.
So,
That's awful.
so someone will read a article on Twitter, and you'll send it to one person, and everyone send it to somebody because we don't know anything. So this morning, actually, after I read about all the boxes now being blocked off or removed, because I know of a box that was removed. And I'm gonna tell you that crazy story after I take the supervisor told me. I asked the supervisor before they remove a collection box, do they email you guys? Do they tell you that this box is no longer going to be there? How do you know? And she told me that they don't know until we know. So because we had, some of us have pickup points from these actual collection boxes, and there's a scan. So if you happen to go to where the box once used to be, and it's no longer there, you're the first person who can notify someone else to tell us that the box is no longer there, which is a weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know boxes get removed for maintenance all the time. That's a normal thing. Now, I have a part-time job, and in front of that building is a collection box. It was a Friday night, and I was going outside, walking to my car, and I see a United States postal vehicle, the government tags, the name on the side of the truck, and two men unbolting a box from the concrete, putting it in the back of the truck, and leaving. I was like, this is odd because it's 10 o'clock at night.
Ooh, it's drugs. It's drugs, ain't it? It's like power.
I'm immediately I text the closest person that's a friend of me at work and said, these people just came and stole a box. I'm laughing about it, but he rolled off like thieves in the night with a mailbox. And it's just like, I think that's when it hit and settled in for me. And once that happened, then I'm reading all these stories about Burbank, Oregon, and all these other places which things are stopping. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy for lack of better words. But in the beginning of this COVID, when everything was shut down and nothing was moving, no one was outside, that mail kept running.
Yeah, it did.
Not only did it ran long, some of our days were longer, and there was a period of time where there were 3 potential COVID cases in my office. So, those people had to leave and work. Be gone for 14 days. Mm-hmm. So we were short, and they came up with something called the Leave Act, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name. That you can take your 2 weeks, your 14 days. Mm-hmm. They give you emergency leave, and you just stay home, quarantine, or whatever for the 4 days. A lot of people did take that. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, that created more overtime. So where there's more overtime, it was 2 weeks. It was 4. I remember it was 14 days of pure hell. Okay. There were days we didn't get off to 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about like the deepest of 9s and the deepest of 10 o'clock.
It sounds like the how folk at Popeyes was feeling, when Black folks was rushing for that chicken.
So, and a lot of our start time is 7:30, 8 o'clock. So from 7:30, 8 o'clock to 10, I'm telling you, it was pure. It was like another pandemic. How it hit off. It really hit off. And a few of the people that did leave happened to be supervisors, people higher ups. So of course we had to get other people from other offices who really weren't familiar. That kept us out, and it was really bad for a while. And I remember one night, we had got off like 8 o'clock, and I'm pulling back inside the office, and like 10 employees were sitting in the parking lot. Everybody was just tired. Everybody conjured up talking, and it had been a long, like 72 hours. Getting talked to crazy. Disrespected verbally, all of that.
Yeah, please talk about that. So you're meaning to tell me right now that people are mistreating you while you are putting your life on the line to deliver their mail?
Even the people that we're delivering mail to, it's the people that are our superiors.
Huh. That's not no better, but all right.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. And it came to a point where no one wanted to come to work. So one day, 12 people didn't come to work. And throughout this entire process, we get it. It's a pandemic on. No one has control over it. We're not asking to be pacified or anything like that. We're just asking to be talked to respectfully.
Right.
More handful of us expressed that to management. No one wanted to hear anything. So we get amongst ourselves to deliver email. That was a very rough day for those same supervisors, management who didn't want to treat us right. The next day, now you want to talk to us. We said everything we needed to say. Just let us go deliver our mail now. We don't need to speak anymore. It came to a point like everyone knew what their role and their job was, and we were prepared to do it because we came. We came to work every day. The mail didn't stop. Them doors kept open. People kept sending stuff out. People kept wanting their pack. People were home ordering things from Amazon. Like Amazon was to go out there.
Everything. The dildos. Everything.
The thing coming through the mail will blow your mind. Blow your mind. We're delivering. They say we have a package limit of 70 pounds, but we're delivering futons and coffee tables, and these things more than 7 pounds. It's ridiculous.
Futons and coffee tables?
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Oh, tragically ridiculous. Tragically.
How do you even get a futon in the mail? How?
It shouldn't even have made it to us. Those are supposed to go to FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Those are the ones who are supposed to get that. How it got to us, we don't know. But I'm assuming because the United States Postal Service charges penny on dollar to deliver these packages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like Amazon or something crazy like 8 cents a package.
Yeah.
UPS drops off stuff to us for us to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
FedEx does the same thing. So we see trailers of packages just come there. UPS drop stuff off, FedEx drop things off. We looking like for us to be in so much debt and going broke essentially.
Mm-hmm.
As 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 much as much mail or packages rather, because mail isn't as heavy as it used to be.
Right.
As many packages that come through this building, through these swinging doors, there's no way we should be going. No way we should be broke, going broke. We broke shouldn't be inside of the United States Postal Service open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
7 days a week. There's no way. No way. The mail always is moving. Even if your actual post office isn't open, that processing plant, that the main post is always open. Someone's always in there. Those wheels are always turning. I'm not understanding how we got here.
And the funny thing is that you're talking about the decline and the loss of the collection boxes too, but there's also a decline in the facilities too from like 1999 until 2019. I mean, it's been a very sharp decline in the number of facilities that can process mail, and it's crazy to me because we see that there's always been, at least in my experience from what I've seen just being in the post office, there's always people in there, particularly around the holidays or just any kind of major holiday. You can expect to see a high volume of folks. So it's yes, insane to me that there's this gap in opportunity for what I would consider to be true advancement. It doesn't really seem like there's really a way for, what can the skills that and this is not, I'm not coming for you, but the skills that you've been able to develop as someone that's worked for the postal system, how does that translate? Are you not you specifically, but are folks stuck? Like, can they get out and find something comparable outside of the postal system? Like, how my question really, and this is just a general, like a talk between the two of us, but like, what can people actually do for themselves career-wise? I don't think we are necessarily at a point where we can completely abandon the post office altogether. But if that were to be the case, what the hell would happen? Like, what will folk do?
I don't know. Outside of the post office, I don't know. Now I know for advancement inside of the post office, as a carrier, there is a ceiling. So it's only but so far up that you can go as a carrier. The step up, of course, is supervision, clerical things down at like the main plan process and all of that. But even with that, you can be as qualified as you want to be. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Of course.
That's it. And if you rub shoulders with the right people or the right person, then boom, you're good. But if you rub in, and I see this, and not just in my particular office, but if you rub anyone the wrong way, that word travels way faster than if you do your job correctly. Wow. So if you rub someone wrong in this zip code and you think you want to go to another zip code and things are going to be peachy, oh no, whatever it is that they didn't like before there, that has the potential to carry on and go somewhere else.
What's like the demographic of the senior management, either in your office or just like what you've seen from other offices, like in Maryland or in Baltimore City?
In my region, my zip code and the surrounding zip codes, it's predominantly Black.
Okay.
Black women, Black men. Now in other zip codes in Maryland, right, Southern Maryland, that's where it begins to get, more Caucasian. But in this area, even like I said, all of my supervisors minus one are African American. Our postmaster is African American. Our district manager is African American. But in other zip codes southern of where we are now, most of them are Caucasian, and Caucasian men to be exact.
Yeah. My facial expressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just from your experience, like being, all right, cut a light on. How I'ma see you? Can't even see your eyeballs. Aha. Okay. So in your, so like, what are some of the types of negative things? Or let me back up. The better question I want to ask is, what do you personally think the post office as a business could be doing to either provide better service to their customers or keep up with the competition? What, if anything? There are no wrong answers.
First and foremost, they have to care. In my opinion, the post office don't care. They don't.
No.
They don't. No. So if the people above us don't care, it trickles down to us. We don't care. And the people who come in after us, they don't care. So just a bunch of people that just don't care. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, all right, but we're going to do the bare minimum and that's it. You accept it. If you don't, whatever. It's almost like, well, where you going to go now? You ain't got nowhere else to go. Right. And I feel like part of that mentality may be the reason why we're going through the stuff that we're going through. Because, I mean, as far as mail, we are the option. That's us. If someone was to come in and have a slight edge on customer service, that alone may be able to wipe us out.
Woo!
That alone right there, just customer service. That's it. That's it.
I know.
Like
y'all got a lot of Rhondas. Rhondas don't want to be bothered. Rhonda feet hurt. Yes. Rhonda just got the news. But, she's not trying to work too hard.
Because I am behind the counter, I do understand why Rhonda feet hurt.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, why she's fucking tired. I get it.
Yes. Exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to listen to this, probably the same 5 problems. You don't have enough postage. You got the wrong package thing, because I do that. I'm guilty of that. I'm that type that gets the priority. And they're like, that'll be $45. And I'm like, shit, so I'm guilty of that myself. Uh-huh. But so I'm not going to give Rhonda too much, because I know she's tired and I know her feet hurt, because them seats are not meant for all that ass. And nor are they just meant for really supporting you anyway. I'm not trying to read it. I'm sorry. Right. I've always obviously used the post office, and but I've definitely taken a slight turn. I don't know. It's coming back up because I'm closer to a post office now than what I have been, but just always getting there, and it's not open all day. And I'm like, I'm not going over there, and I'm not leaving this house before 2. So I don't always make it. That's just me. I
understand.
Okay.
Listen, I work there, and when I'm not there and I got to do something there, I don't want to go on there.
But can't you just bring it with you to work? No, you can't, can you?
No, you can.
Okay.
You can, but you still have to, it's not like we don't get discounts postage. We don't get any of those things.
What?
So whatever you got to pay, we pay.
I want you to quit. I want you to quit tomorrow. I want you to put in your notice now. This is craziness. Yeah. This is crazy.
Don't get discounts on stamps. We don't get discounts on priority shipping or first class or none of that. We don't. We have to pay what everyone else pays. Yeah. If I want to send something to Florida and it costs me $27, I don't get nothing off of $27. I got to pay this $27.
That's trash. Y'all should strike some more. All
Yeah,
y'all should strike
I
again.
may, I may be able to, get in front of the line, but I ain't getting nothing off when I get there.
I mean, I feel like there's more excitement in getting in front of the line at the club than there is at the post office. I mean, I can see that it would make you feel excited. It's a different type. It's a 5 o'clock excitement, a 2 o'clock excitement, as opposed to free before midnight,
Yeah,
but still,
it is.
that's trash.
That's
I don't
it.
know. I feel like you should quit. I feel like you should fucking quit.
That's it. And until they lift their head up and see who you are, you won't get attitude before they see who you are. Then once they see, okay, the attitude goes away and all of that. But it is the way of the United States Postal Service. Attitude comes with it, and bad customer service.
Yeah. And the thing that's really crazy is that, like, I think of just about half of the world's mail is processed by the United States Postal Service. And that's why the financial gap to me is so unsettling, and just the disparities in what the actual employees are getting in terms of benefits. Because I actually, for a long time, I don't know what branch I thought it was under, but I thought that the post office was a federal entity, just like the EPA or the Department of Commerce. I wasn't aware of that difference between, that yes, it is under federal purview, but not as far as like their budget. You know what I mean? I wasn't aware of that. Oh man.
That's why we need these bailouts, because we don't survive off of federal funding.
Yeah,
it's all us. So that whatever we make is and again, we make whatever we make, but we trillions of dollars in debt.
Mm-hmm. And you are. Oh, sorry.
How to be that far in debt?
I don't know either. I don't know either. And to be precise, we owe $11 billion to the Treasury and $59 billion. $59 billion. That's for all the unpaid, like people's retirements and pensions and such. That's where that $59 billion is coming from. That's nothing to sneeze at.
It's nothing at all. That is a crazy amount of money.
It really is. My God. And it's and the thing is that it's almost impossible to get out of that kind of debt. Like it's literally not possible. It's not possible. You all would have to have an OnlyFans. I don't even know what you could do. I'm serious. I don't know what the OnlyFans would be. You can, maybe that's what you suggest that at the next meeting, because
we have a stand-up meeting every morning. I may
please suggest that.
That's so fun.
Please suggest
we need
that.
to start doing pornography or something. We're not gonna get nowhere.
I would die if you said that during your meeting. You have to record it so I can see it, like everyone's reaction.
I can get somebody to record it for me.
Yes.
I promise.
So we're actually well in the crossroads. So this is really, and how this relates to the environment is kind of interesting. It's a lot of different pieces that I would say. So when we're talking about sustainability, we're really not just talking about like plants and shit. We're really talking about the economy. And that's really what we've been discussing as we've been talking about your personal experience with the post office, the folks who are also your colleagues and coworkers, their experiences, and obviously the impact that this is having on us as U.S. citizens, as we are getting but close to election time, which is a whole other talk show. And so that is the piece that we're bringing into this conversation. I could talk about, the implications of some of the mailers and all that excess paper and all that, and yes, that's important, and that's definitely a thing. But really, in this conversation is the economy piece, and there's a lot of obvious gaps that we've talked about. So I just wanted to bring all that back around, so that's a rounded conversation. And as we're kind of getting into the close, sir, are there any things that you have coming up that you want to talk about or shout out? Come on, let's do it. Come on, man. Come on, let's do it. Do it.
So there has been probably for the past month or so, I've been hinting around at having an ex-girlfriend of mine record an episode with me. I previously did an episode called Spider B, because she scales walls like Spider Girl. And a lot of people really wanted to know where she is, what she's doing, what gave her the reason to climb a brick wall like a thief in the night. So I was able to be cunning enough to get her to agree to sit down with me and record about her climbing walls and what took us to that point. So that's what I have coming up in a couple days, actually.
I will not be listening. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not listening.
It may be a two-parter.
You can two-part me right the fuck on out. I'm not doing it. I'm serious. I'm trying to talk you out of this. You heard how I tried, and the face is all to my breadcrumbs to lead you out of perdition. Okay. I'm trying to, I feel very deep in my shondo that this is a awful idea.
But I feel like there has been growth since then. And it could now listen, I will say this. If it gets too far out of hand, I'll nip it in the bud. But if there's going to be, a good dialogue between us two, and it's going to be some heated moments, but I'm going to do my best to take that and bring that down so that we can, because
I've heard you. You act like I don't listen to you too. You act like I don't listen to you. Calm you down.
Yeah, it can be very therapeutic if we allow it. Because you'll see. Now listen, just like you said, you listen to me, so my tone, my sarcasm.
Yeah.
You will be amazed at what she does. You will be amazed at how she can tame or handle my tone and my sarcasm. You'll be amazed.
Okay. All right.
You'll be amazed. So it won't be a one-sided thing. She's definitely going to get some things off. You better believe it.
If she scaled a wall, I feel like she scaled that wall to try to fight you or something. I feel like that's why she did it.
She wanted to do harm to me today.
Yeah.
But God was on my side.
I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not. See, this is why I am inviting myself on your show, but I'm also not inviting myself on your show because you're not going to make me take my coat off. I'm not going to lose it and snap. It's bad enough I go to other people's shows and cut up a little bit, but no.
I'm telling you, it's going to be very compelling.
Oh my God. It's making me sweat right now. The uncomfortableness is making me stress sweat because I'm just so uncomfortable. And I feel like I have not convinced you not to do it. I still feel very much so that
because we've already each one of us have painted with a timeline of events. And we're going to compare them to one another to see.
Oh my God.
We're going to do it.
Woo! This is why I am glad my show is about science. My word. You have a timeline of events.
Yeah, we want to make sure that everything covered. We want to make sure that there aren't any holes or any gaps. We want to make sure that everything is, right where it needs to be. So, this is going to be, it will probably be over 2 hours. And we'll do some editing, of course. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I'll say that. I'm not going to say that it's actually going to come out, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a better disclaimer because okay. Yes. I would just, that's why my show is about science. I cut up a little bit. I always give a little bit at the end so people can, like a little reward for listening to me talk about science and shit for 30 minutes plus. But no, none of my exes are ever bringing their sack of bones on this show to talk to me about nothing, especially not a timeline of goddamn events. Look.
It's gonna be good. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
One night it just randomly came to me. Like, listen, hit her up, see if she's with it. Now it did take me some convincing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to get on there because they're gonna know who I am and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
so
that too.
I let her think about it. I think she sat on it for a week or so, and then she called me back and said, "Okay."
Wow. I mean, the fact that she like doesn't have your number blocked is also like a sign of like maturity. And are you gonna like blur her voice or something so folk can't tell?
I'm going to do some voice distortion.
Okay.
To make sure that we do that.
Don't distort it too much because I want to be able to hear when she like lets you have it. But because I hear y'all and I hear you. I know how you get on people. So I just want somebody that's tough enough.
She's time enough for me.
Okay.
She will never just let me talk. She's definitely gonna talk. Don't you worry.
Okay.
She's a strong Black woman, so she will not be quiet. I'm here for it.
That's right. Because strong Black women are rarely quiet. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm like trying to save you.
Absolutely, but I don't listen.
Oh God, this is gonna be so crazy.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be so amazing if it actually comes out.
If it actually happens and there's not a mild explosion in Baltimore, I will be very, very happy and surprised. Oh God.
She might reach across the table and
oh my God, you guys are gonna be in the same room.
Yeah.
Yo, you are playing with fire. Like this is, I'm sorry. I don't like to tell. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on the show.
Be side by side or across from each other rather. And we're just gonna talk. There will be no
this is like
liquor
that.
Involved.
Good.
No liquor involved. It'll be good conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I already got a title for it too. But you guys gotta wait to hear.
Okay. Oh man. Oh God. Oh. Ooh. Okay, y'all. That you hear it, my skin is it's ugh. But it's fine. Joose is a grown man. He can make his own decisions. I'm not here to try to dissuade. Well, I was trying to dissuade him a little bit.
You were trying to dissuade him?
I was. I'm gonna try. This is what I do. I do this. It doesn't matter if I see any one of my brothers or sisters. I'm gonna try to just be like, come on, bro, let me talk to you. I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try. It's always worth a shot. I don't feel like it's never not worth my time to help. If y'all want to listen to that show with that Joan of Arc of a woman that's gonna be talking to Joose about his love life or their love life together and the timeline of events, please tune in. When is it coming out? On Thursday?
Well, Thursday is when we're recording it. Depending on how it goes, it will probably come out Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a DM you on Thursday and just ask you to see how you are. Probably just me the eyes. I'm gonna check on you. I will. I'm sending you the eyes. Like, you in there? Because I need to know. Because I need to know if you're yet hanging on.
haven't. If I get cold feet, I'll let you know.
Yeah, and I won't blame you. I will come on your show and you can ask me foolishness and I will answer you. I would literally prefer to talk about my own personal life than for you to do this. It means because it's just so uncomfortable to me. My God. It's triggering on so many levels.
There was actually another ex of mine that was willing to have a conversation with me too. It was. She still may be, but we haven't talked about it.
Are you gonna turn this into like a montage or something where it's like your exes all comment? I don't understand.
Well, I don't understand. Two of them listen to the show and comment from time to time. When the one that I was supposed to be recording with Thursday actually heard the episode that I was talking about her, she called my phone and said, "Wow, you really want to tell people the story?" Oh. Yeah, she laughed though because she did it.
I mean, she probably, sis probably had her reasons. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not that. No, that's not right.
And yes, it is. But let me tell you why it's right. Because I've never scaled a building. I have done some things that have,
I think too many people have scaled a building.
Probably not. Spies. Things like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a job.
Yeah, it's definitely something like, Daredevils or Some Cirque du Soleil likes to do. But certainly not just someone with a regular job at the call center. But that's fine, or wherever she works. I don't know where she works. But, that's your first choice to talk. Okay, that's your first choice to talk about y'all's past. All right.
We're going to see.
Woo!
We're going to see.
All right. Well, y'all stay tuned. I may just check in. I don't know. It depends on how it goes. I might listen. I'm gonna try. I might have a glass of wine first so I can just kind of calm myself down a little bit so I can listen. But Joose, aside from the shenanigans, you are a supporter of mine. We've never met in person and we're not far from each other. We're like neighbors. And I really, 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 really appreciate you listening first, but also taking the time out of your day after working to be on the show and talk about your experience. I really, really appreciate that. So I want to tell you that before or after, now that I've given you a hard time. I did. I was going to say before, but I didn't. I gave you a hard time afterwards. But it's because this is how it works though, because it's like, I got to give you a hard time, but also tell you how much I appreciate you. That's friendship. That's what you do. You know what I'm talking about?
That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is.
That's right.
For sure.
I just think it's a
bad idea. But you will be amazed at how many people really want to hear this.
I'm sure these greedy vultures do want to hear about what went wrong with Joose. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they would love for me to tell some stories about my personal life. And let me tell you right now, that shit ain't happening. That is not this type of program. This is a Gemini program and not about my love life, okay? That's right. You can come here for some science. You can come here for some Black excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Love and relationships, not me.
With this, I'm promoting therapy with this.
Now you just hold on right a minute. You just hold on 1 minute now. How?
We're going to see how beneficial therapy could be versus it not if you try it.
But there's no therapist.
You wait and see. It's a form of therapy. It's a form of it.
Okay.
You wait and see. This a lot of good's going to come from this.
I wish this was like a movie that we could cut to the future and there's like an atom bomb over your house, because I don't want that to happen. I don't. I hope this goes well. It's like, it's like nightmare fuel as far as I'm concerned. Like straight ass nightmare fuel.
If it doesn't go well, it won't come out.
Okay.
If it doesn't go well.
Okay.
I may
fair.
give like a sneak peek of something, but that'd be it. Like, you know what, you got a 3 minutes snippet of what could have been, but you know.
What is not.
but what is not. But what is not. So, you know, we'll see. It'll all be in good fun.
Okay. Do you want to hand out your social media where people can follow you? The merch? Talk about the merch.
You can follow me on Instagram at Chiiling with Joose Pod. That's CHIILINWITHJOOSEPOD. If you go to the Instagram, you'll see my link tree, and you can follow the podcast on all the streaming platforms, and you can follow the website to buy the merch. We got everything from face masks to dog shirts, like whatever, anything.
What? I didn't know you had dog shirts.
Everything's on there. Tote bags, stickers, everything's on there. I'm working on candles and all that stuff right now, but we'll see.
Okay. What's the smell gonna be? Twitter, scale the walls.
But it would have to be. That sounds like a funky smell. You know what I'm saying? Scale the walls is probably a funky smell.
No, scale the wall. No, scale the walls. That could go somewhere. You need to put that. You need to write that down.
I'm gonna put that in my notepad.
Think about it.
Thank you. Shouts out to you. But my Twitter is I'm chilling. I'm C. I'm C. I am CHIILIN. And yeah. Once you go to the Instagram will take you to everywhere that you can stream the podcast and share it with a friend.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask this, just asking, are you single? Okay.
I am single.
Okay. So nerd ladies who love science, make it happen. Might climb the wall. Goodbye. That's enough. Cutting up. That is enough. That's enough.